Alright, got a little something different today. It's the Lego UCS Back to the Future DeLorean with the Light My Bricks light kit installed. And I also installed a light. I actually made my own display. Well, I modified the display that comes with it, which I'll go over in a minute, but I had one spare light, so I added that light to the this lamp that I made, the street lamp. Yeah, turned out pretty cool. Let's get into this. Alright, so let's get kind of up close here so you can kind of see. Got it on a rotating base. Pretty cool. I really like the way these lights turned out. They look really cool. So it's all the way around the vehicle. Underneath there. There were some LEDs that would go on the wheel wells, but then the wheels wouldn't turn. So I didn't install them. They're for the flight mode. I decided not to install those, because then the wheels wouldn't turn and they'd end up getting broken. So, I mean, that's okay. I might put them underneath it, rig it a different way. I don't know, at some point. There's just a lot of lights that needed to go on here, and it was a lot of work. And I just didn't feel like getting into that. I'll get into that another day. Try to do a mod to use these the lights that go for the flight mode and the wheel wells there underneath a different way. I'll try to modify them somehow. But yeah, turned out really cool. We got like a blinking light in there. So you've got all the lights around there and around the outside of the vehicle there, around the body, that are for like when it time travels. They light up. So I'll get this turntable stopped so I can look inside, show you the interior. Alright, so as you can see, I did rig a little tool to keep the doors up indefinitely, because they will stay up, but not for very long, maybe a second or two, and then they'll fall down. So I rigged this tool so I can keep the doors up. So you can look in there. I can display it with the doors up if I want to. But yeah, it looks pretty good in there. So you've got a blinking light on the dash there. That's the plutonium indicator, indicating, I guess, that it needs plutonium, right? I think that's what it indicated in the movie. Pretty cool. Obviously you got my wires in there. Try to get them as tidy as possible. Wires back there too. A lot of wires. Try to tidy it up. There are so many wires. Alright, so as you can see, the flux capacitor, it's got an LED on the top and an LED there on the bottom, and they're both slowly blinking just to kind of indicate that the flux capacitor is kind of doing its thing there. And I left the stock Lego light brick in there, so when you push this down, you get a nice little effect. It shows up on the dash there. It looks pretty cool. I'll do that. I'll do that again. It's pretty cool. Let's kind of go like that so you can kind of see from the front. I think that looks pretty cool with the LEDs from the Light My Bricks and then the stock Lego light brick that comes with it. You get the two going at the same time. It's a nice little effect, in my opinion. I like it. And I like how these are kind of lower, not lower, but what's the word? They're a softer light than the other LEDs, so it kind of looks like, you know, a DeLorean headlight would look in the 80s. So pretty cool. Yeah. Get a better look at that blinking plutonium light. Very cool. Very cool. See if I can zoom in on that flux capacitor. It's not too bad, actually. It's not too bad. I'll hit this again. I might get my finger over there. There you go. Yeah. Nice little effect, in my opinion. Of course, I have it all powered through one of their little battery boxes. It's powered with those little lithium button batteries. I think it's a CR2023. Two of them in there. So just hit this switch like that, and it'll all turn off. I got it all wired through there, and it kind of looks like a suitcase in there or something in the passenger seat, just hanging out in there. So yeah, that's what it looks like. So now the lights are off. But yeah, pretty simple way to power it on and keep it concealed. Fairly small. I didn't want a huge battery box or a portable power unit like this thing over here that I got for, like this thing over here, like that thing there. I don't want to have to power the whole kit with that thing because it just sticks out too much. So I'm using that to power this little lamp right here. You know, it looks okay. So my turntable came back again automatically for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that. It's looks pretty cool with the doors up. Very cool rig. So yeah, very happy with how it turned out. Alright, so let's get this off. Just kind of pops off. Doors will close back up. Like that. It just pops back together. That's just the hooks for the Back to the Future Part 1 mode, or the hook that catches the line, the cable to catch the lightning. That's all I used for that. Now, oh, I did forget one thing. There is a dome light in here that turns on. It turns on as you open the door. So let me lift this up again. Get closer. You see that dome light right there? That turns on as you open the door. So when you close this, it'll turn off. There's a momentary switch right there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but yep, that's what it does, and it just turns that little dome light off. Nice little feature they added to it, this light kit. And I wanted to real quick show underneath. So I modified this too. All they give you is a couple little 2-stud black bricks to secure this bar and this bar where all your plugs go into. So I found some of these in my spare kits and my spares laying around. Just plug that in there just to make it a little more secure. Because just these little bricks here and here, these little bricks here, these little black bricks, I just didn't feel like they were very secure, so I put that in there, and they actually look kind of cool. There, I kind of like the way that looks. So, but yeah, I like my wiring to be nice and tidy, so it turned out pretty good underneath here. Turned out really good, actually. It's all well concealed. It's not hanging out all over the place. Runs through here nice and tidy. Wrapped up, run through. Same thing back here, kind of wrapped up and run through. Then twisted up and tucked in there. And then twisted up and tucked in here. And I still am able to use the flight mode of this here. So, this will still operate, just like that. You can have it in flight mode. And then with my turntable, I can get this back on there. Then you can have this on display like that, which is pretty cool. There you go. Let's slow this down a little bit. Perfect. Yeah. Now it's in flight mode. I do kind of like the way that looks as well. This turntable is nice. It's a little loud, but it's nice. That's the DeLorean in flight mode. On full display there. I've seen some other kits light up these here, which is pretty cool. Kind of wish it did that, but I mean it's not a big deal. That only lights up when you are actually going into time mode. So I don't know. There's pros and cons to different light kits. This kit is I got it for a little over $100, but I did get it on the clearance. We're having a sale. I think I got it for like $110 with shipping. I think it's regular like 130-ish, something like that. So yeah, I did get a little bit of a deal on this light kit. I've seen some on Amazon that are similar to this, but not quite as detailed when it comes to the interior. And they run about 70, 80, $90. They have a little bit different features. They come with like a sound board and a speaker and some lights on your fins back here. But basically the same thing. I don't think they come with any lights for your wheel wells. I didn't use them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it's sharp. Nothing like a light kit to really add to the realism of a model. I'm a huge Back to the Future fan, so when this came out, I just had to have it. I had it for a couple months, I just haven't had time to build it. And I wanted to get a light kit too, to be able to build it and put the light kit in, not at the same time, but basically build it and then put the light kit in shortly after. So I built it this past weekend and put the light kit in once. So I built it on Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday morning, and that's building it and then putting the light kit in afterwards. I was going to try to put the light kit in as I went, but it's so complicated that I decided just to build the model, then go back and put the light kit in. Just easier that way. That way I'm not messing anything up, having to go redo stuff, because the routing of the wires, it can be a little tricky. So, yep, overall, very, very impressed with this light kit. Yes, I am. The hood does open. Kind of grab it by the side there. There we go. And you can see in there, got the hoverboard and the box with the plutonium in it, and that of course will open up as well. There we go. And there's some plutonium in there. And I did, as I went, I did swap out some of the brightly colored bricks for just black and gray, just with extra bricks I had laying around. So as you open things up here, it's not so visible with those lighter colored, brightly colored bricks. There's still some in there, but it's not. It's a lot better than it was, especially in there. Turn it this way so you can see better. There we go. Yeah. And then back here as well. There were some brightly colored bricks in there. I got rid of them. Swapped them out. A little more streamlined. It's a better looking model that way. Yep. This closes up quite nicely. Kind of see the wires for the LEDs in there as well, routed as neatly as I could get them. Let's just, oops. Alright, close up now. There we go. Underneath, I really didn't have a lot to swap out. I'd like to have swapped it a little bit more, but you really don't see the bottom, so not too worried about it. To be honest, not too worried about it. Why you just did that, I don't know. There we go. Kind of nice. This turntable comes with a remote, all different kinds of functions. Kind of handy. That's what it looks like in the dark. Since doing this video, I think these have dimmed a bit, the batteries. Not as quite as bright. Batteries don't last very long. Still not too bad, I guess. Definitely not as bright as they first were when I first turned this on. I also had it on a bunch of times testing it as I was building it, so need to get some more batteries for that little battery box. Definitely need to do that. Looks pretty cool. All lit up. Most definitely. Especially with the wheels up. Flight mode. Definitely looks cool like that. Yep. Very cool. Alright, well I think that's going to do it for this video. Please like, subscribe, smash that notification bell, and I think I'm going to have to find my Blu-ray box set of Back to the Future trilogy and watch a little Back to the Future tonight.